You're ready for some rock and roll. Old-fashioned rock and roll record that shifts gears, can do a ballad with some edge, do some blues, do some mid-tempo, but when it rocks, it really rocks. Are you ready for that? You will be. It's Asteroid B-612. Road Stars. After a 25-year layoff. Hey group, welcome to Extract Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. And I learned of, this came out last year, I learned of Asteroid B-612 by at least two sources. One, I think I was reading an interview with someone from a band that I reviewed earlier, and they refer to Asteroid B-612 as influence. They've all been an Australian band. The Asteroid B-612 are from Australia. They're both now in Spain and Australia. Because the one founding member moved to Spain, and when he put Asteroid B-612 back together with the founding drummer, I believe, and the singer, he brought in two Spanish musicians to round out the band. And so I got a clear idea that this was a highly regarded band from the 90s. So, and of course, I learned they have a new record. Print off the cover. It's a nice cover, effective cover. Doesn't tell me. Well, what it's telling me is it's a rock and roll kind of commercial record. No half-naked women, no cartoons, which I prefer. Just a nice, effective cover. Evoking a mood. And this does evoke the mood of the record. This does reflect the record. Which normally I would just go, eh. And the first song I did go, eh. It's good. The first song, Bend in Bars. It's okay. Mid-tempo sort of thing. Okay, give me the second song. Because I specifically remembered, highly regarded band, give them a chance. Hold to Hold. That kicked my ass. Totally kicks my ass. Favorite song on the record. 7 minutes, 40 seconds of tooling guitars and just rocking. It starts with a drum beat. Drum beat hooked me. And it slayed me. There are 5 rockers and 5 songs that don't rock as much. Doesn't mean they're bad. Only one is outright ballad. One is kind of a memorial instrumental thing for the late bassist. excuse me, I refer to my notes. Scott Nash died a few years ago. So the album is dedicated to their OG bass player, Scott Nash. And they have a number called Forever Flying, a Ode to Scotty. It's a nice little number. Not what I came here for. But it's good. It's all good. I wouldn't say all killer, no filler. There's no filler. But the 5 rockers absolutely kills me. I mentioned Hold to Hold. Bark Bench Gods. Let me say it again. Do it right. Bark Bench Gods, which has a video. The song is great. The video, better. The video is just old footage of people being outside with a beer, checking out girls and all that good stuff, and evoking my childhood in black and white, or old color, and my working class neighborhood that I was raised in. And that kills me too. The other 3 rockers: The Tide of Tides, Cheapest Chips, and Yeah, You. Those 5 songs, absolutely worth the price of admission. Absolutely. And the other 5 are fine too. You know, I did listen to this record, I don't know how many times, 10 times, 12 times, a lot, because I had to spend the day with this record. You know, 10 songs in 45 minutes. Yeah, I took a lot of time with this record. And it was worth it. So even when it is not quite rocking, it's worth the listen. All 10 songs have edge to it. Yeah, at least it has some edge to the instrumentation. And it does. And I think you're going to appreciate that. You know, now keep in mind, I don't do my homework before I listen to the record. I listen to the record, maybe have a dim memory of where I get the recommendation for the record. You know, some dim memory. What is this supposed to be about? Well, let's listen to it. First, I determine if I like it. Then I'll do my homework. Who are these guys? What do they think it's supposed to be? And mind you, I never heard Asteroid B-612 before. Many people watching this is going to go, you're crazy. They were great in the 90s in Australia. And they did do one American tour opening for Cass Huffer. Bless their hearts. And, you know, that's why I heard of the band. Because they have this great reputation in Australia, and the founding member had been involved in other projects. And, hey, put Asteroid B-612 back together. This is great. And it's great. But when I was listening to this, I'm thinking about how I'm going to describe this. I already did, didn't I? It's rock and roll. Basic rock and roll. Is it a hard rock record? Technically. Technically, it is a hard rock record. If you can call Tom Petty or Status Quo or the Rolling Stones hard rock. You don't call those three bands hard rock. They're rock and roll. This is what this is. This is rock and roll. What they're 90s, and of course it's not my job to compare the new record to their 3 or 4 albums from the 90s and their EPs and whatnot that they put out before they broke up in 2004. It's not fair to you. You know, this is what I'm here to say. In and of itself, this is a good record. It's a great record, actually. And it is consistent despite the change in tempo, which is what I really appreciate. Tempo changes, but the edge is always there. And I'm able to go along with the ride as the tempo changes, because the edge is always there. So it's not quite a hard rock record, which I can appreciate. They also call themselves high energy rock and roll. 10 rockers are. Is it punk? I don't hear much punk here. Pub rock. Yes. Lots of pub rock I hear in this. Garage rock. Yeah, sure. It's in there. But they talk about being inspired by Detroit-style rock and roll from the early 70s. Especially this band, Sonic's Rendezvous Band. Fred Sonic Smith, MC5, Stooges, and of course, Radio Birdman, which is an Australian band, but the founder is a native of Detroit, Michigan. And getting their initial inspiration from those bands. Is it in here? Yeah, I guess. But I don't hear that. What I was hearing without prodding from doing my homework, before I did my homework, I'm hearing a heavier Status Quo, prime Status Quo, mind you. Tom Petty, Rolling Stones, that ilk, that mold. And that's not a bad thing. Now, I'm no Tom Petty fan. No, I'm not. I'm huge into Status Quo. Love the Stones. So, it's in that mold. This record's in that mold. If you don't like that mold, and of course you can hear this on YouTube and determine for yourself this is something you like. You don't have to go by me. God forbid you go just by me. But this is a great record. It's a rock and roll record in the Stones, Status Quo, Tom Petty tradition mold, without sounding like them. Don't get confused. I'm not saying it sounds like them. I'm saying they're in that category. Anything else supposed to say? They were formed in 1992 and went away, broke up in 2004. The last record was released in 2001, 2000. So they've been gone a while. I'm happy they're back. And I think I reviewed something by the founder before, but I forget what the band was. Or at least I heard of the founder before. The production's fine. Production's good. Mix is good. There is a ballad. The fourth song, A Cruel Thing Sleeps in Your Happiness. It's different. So there is a ballad warning on the fourth track. You know, Mess With You's kind of, the beginning of Mess With You. That hits the eardrum uniquely. The opening notes of that. That's interesting. But it's a bit bluesy, whatever. And the title track, Road Stars, it's good, but it doesn't quite rock in my book. It is on YouTube. Is there anything here to be offended by? Anything that, no. Unless you're offended by the video of Bark. I'm not saying it right. Bark. I'm saying the park. Public park. Bench. Gods. And, you know, seeing people drink beer outside and looking at pretty girls. And I like the one scene with the old men following, turning their heads in unison, you know, when a pretty girl passes and the pretty girl looks back at them and they turn away quickly. Since they're old men, knowing they better turn their heads back. That may offend the preacher. In certain squares in the audience. At least the video will. The song's cool, but the video for squares, you know, the ones that don't like public drinking and looking at pretty girls and having a good time, you know, those squares, those uptight people, they may not like that. So that might be the warning song, but not necessarily the song, but the video. I adore the video. Video's great. I think you will too. You like this video? Give it a like. Subscribe to Asteroid Corner. Ring the notification bell. And go listen. Never mind what I just said. Only point of these things is to nudge you to listen on YouTube for free. You can afford free. Yes, you can. As long as you have power in your speaker and your phone, whatever you use, you can afford the power for free. Other than that, you can listen to Road, Stars by Asteroid 612 and come back. And what do you hear? And for latest in action rock, high energy rock, garage, punk, psych, stoner rock, anything really rocks, and classic legacy bands. Come back here to Action Rock Corner. We'll have it for you. Thank you for watching. Remember, have fun with your music. And when this rocks, the 5 songs that rock, yeah, they're fun. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.